Hello, thank you all so much for watching this video. My name is Patrick Mills. I'm going to be talking today about why you should get out of your comfort zone. To begin, I want to quote one of my favorite comedians, John Mulaney, in his 2012 stand-up special, New in Town. Percentage-wise, it is 100% easier to not do things than to do them. And so much fun not to do them, especially when you're supposed to do them. In terms of instant relief, canceling plans is like heroin. It's an amazing feeling and it's such an instant joy. In this day and age, a lot of people are slumped in bed and don't really have the care or desire to go out or do anything. And understandably, we have phones, computers, you have your PS4. There's so much to do inside that can just keep me in my bed until 2. But the problem with that is this builds on something called the comfort zone, which is essentially a zone with things that you're okay with doing inside, and everything out of that, something you don't usually do, has some kind of anxiety or fear attached to it. It makes it harder to go out and do those things, which is exactly why staying in a bed or doing anything at home and not going out for a long period of time can be potentially harmful. I was very antisocial and kind of awkward my K to 12 years. I didn't go out. I stayed at home. I played World of Warcraft. It wasn't until I got into college that I realized all of the potentially amazing memories that I could have had. So I switched gears and I just kind of built up and I got out there. An example of something that I had done, in high school, I didn't go to prom because I was a little scared, a little nervous at the time. So I used work as an excuse to get out of that situation. But the thing to understand is that everybody does have an underlying fear of going out. Everybody has this anxiety for doing something new and incredible, but it's the way that we have to build up to get to a comfort level to be able to do these things that we want to do that we didn't think we could do. According to Abigail Brenner, a San Francisco-based psychologist, a comfort zone is a psychological, emotional behavior construct that defines the routine of our daily life, that implies familiarity, safety, and security. To get out of this, I guess the benefits of getting out of this, is we have to take risks. By taking these risks and getting out there and taking a chance, we can discover who we really are as people, our individual self, or even an inner self. Some wisdom and knowledge and power that we never knew that we had, but by staying in, you're refusing to allow yourself to learn and discover this. And being in the comfort zone too long, it tends to consume you. It tends to shrink the things or the amount of things that you're willing to do. But it's important to learn it at an earlier age because if you get too old, you tend to develop regrets. And according to Neil J. Rosset and Amy Somerville, in What We Regret Most and Why, regret persists in precisely those situations in which opportunity for positive action remains high. So essentially, if you see an opportunity and you refuse to take it, even if you want to, that's something that will build into regret. And over time, those build up until you get to a certain age where it's just permanently a regret and you're looking back and all you can do is reflect at that point because it's gone by so long ago. An example of somebody with a lot of regrets, though, would be Ebenezer Scrooge, who didn't have that comfort zone area to expand to go out and meet or talk to people. He didn't like people. And it took literal ghosts to get him to go out there, which obviously is a ridiculous example, but I think that serves as a good example in terms of what it takes to get out of a comfort zone at his age. But it doesn't have to hold you back, the comfort zone. By gradual learning, you can build up to an area that you didn't think you could get to before. So, in How to Go Out of Your Comfort Zone, S.J. Scott says, aggressive challenge is a rapid-fire approach where you do a lot of something that maybe you're scared of. So, for example, he quotes, if you have clientele, or maybe you have to make phone calls and be a salesman, rather than doing 25, maybe you have anxiety about calling some of these people, you call 100. You just back, and you just build it up to this anxiety slowly kind of goes down, and then you're comfortable. You could also do a gradual build up to this. Maybe you go out with your friends, you go to a bar and you weren't comfortable with doing that, and then eventually you go to a concert and you slowly build upon these little steps until you get to that same point where the things you were afraid of, you're comfortable with at that point. So challenge yourself, build to where you want to be, and I think whether an experience when you go out is good or bad initially when you're there, I think when you get back, you will look back on it with a positive thought, thinking that I went out there and I tried and I got out of that zone. So the next time somebody invites you anywhere, take a chance. Try to enjoy yourself. Do something fun. It's all about the way we look back at life. And I think a lot of people, when you look back, you don't want to sit there with that sense of regret. You want to know that you lived life to the full potential that you have. Thank you.